This past weekend, NASCAR held its first Cup race at the World Wide Technology Raceway, also known as Gateway. Now, I got back late at night. I was at the race, I was covering it, and it really seemed in person like it was a race that would be a big one for years to come. I want to ask, should Gateway stay on the 2023 schedule past this year? What did this inaugural race do? And just how did the track and everything around it perform compared to others? So let's start out with the race. With the race, it was hard to pass. That was something going into the weekend that I think everybody knew was going to be a fact. Through practice, a lot of drivers were saying that it'd be a miracle to pass it all. But at the end of the day, these are some of the best drivers in the world, and they were able to figure it out. Driving styles had to change during this race, and in my opinion, that made it more fascinating. There were different points where a driver would try the higher line versus a lower line, and in doing so would try different shifting patterns, like only going down to fourth and then back to fifth, instead of some other drivers going from fourth to third, then back up to fourth and fifth again. So I think that in that way, it was, on a technical level, really interesting to look at as well. Now, to pass, it seemed like dive bombs were the way to go. And I saw some people complaining about this, but I really don't get that. Drivers having to push their cars to the limit going into the corner to try and pass somebody, and then the driver who drives the corner in a more intelligent way, per se, getting the better run off and retaining a position. In my opinion, that's actually really good racing, and it's really fun to watch the back and forth. We saw this with the finish with Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, where Ryan Blaney damn near went past both of them. I think in this way, it makes Gateway pretty unique. New Hampshire used to be like that, but the racing has changed over the years, so seeing this, in my opinion, is something that really sets this track apart from pretty much any other track in the Cup schedule. Yeah, you could say that New Hampshire or Martinsville has this kind of racing, or maybe mile and a half with slide jobs, but not in this exact way. And I think that is a positive for Gateway to set itself apart from pretty much any other track that might be like it. Now, the racing itself wasn't the only thing that made this race big. Of course, the drama was huge too. And pretty much most of this was brought on by Ross Chastain. Chastain got into it Denny Hamlin, where he just drove in too hard, screwed up, and ruined Hamlin's day. He did something similar with Chase Elliott, and both of them paid him back in severe fashion. They didn't crash him, but they pretty much told him, yeah, if we wanted, we could wreck your ass, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, hell, at one point, Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott were working together to keep Ross Chastain back, and they almost, in Denny Hamlin's case, got Ross Chastain kicked from the race because he was trying to keep him from running minimum speed. I think that is the line. That should be the line. Don't go too much over that. But it was great drama to watch, and it was brought on by the racing. With it being hard to pass, drivers were probably going to get more and more frustrated throughout the day, and finally somebody was going to snap or someone's going to make a mistake, and this stuff was bound to happen. And I think that's something that in the coming years could be a staple of Gateway in the Cup Series, is drivers' tempers flaring. And that's something, again, that fans ask for, so I don't see where the problem is here. This race wasn't a barn burner in every sense of the word, but the racing itself was decent, the drama was good, and the finish, being in person, the atmosphere of the finish was amazing because you could feel the crowd getting into it. You could hear them over the race cars, and having Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, two of the most talented drivers in the Cup Series today, fighting for a win like this, well, that's something that you don't see as often, and it's something that, at least in my case, I appreciated. So overall, I'd give this race a 7 out of 10, but the race itself is not the only thing that keeps this a draw to the Cup Series. The crowd, I talked about them before, it was a sellout crowd. Some of the shots that they had on the broadcast looked like an early 2000s race. It was breathtaking to see all these seats filled up. And before the race, I got there hours early, and the place was packed like it was about to start. So I think that having that kind of crowd is a good draw to bring back. It's going to be a big question is if they can bring that crowd year in and year out, not just for the first year, but see if they can do it consistently. And I think the way the Gateway's crowd is, that is a very real possibility. Like I said, the energy at the track was really high, and I talked to a lot of people who it was their first race either in media or as a fan or as a guest, and pretty much every one of them was hooked. And the thing is, like I said, it wasn't one of the greatest races, so if it was able to do that, that at-track experience was able to draw people in, I think it can do that in later years and bring more and more people in. The track rolled out the red carpet for fans. The amenities were off the charts. Yeah, lines were a bit of an issue, but that's something that I think can be fixed with what they learned from this weekend. And the St. Louis area has wanted the Cup Series for probably 2 or more decades at this point, and they'll be damned if they lose it. They put everything into this weekend, and in my opinion, from what it looked like at the track, it was a success. The surrounding acts and music and everything like that kept people at the track even before it and after all the racing. So right there, you know that it is something that the track promoters can build upon and probably get better acts. Personally, I'm going to say this. I think it should be a staple of the Cup schedule, especially with the ongoing track renovations they're doing. But I'm just one guy on the internet. What about what drivers thought?
Yeah, overall, just track widened out a lot more than I expected it to, and opened up a little bit. But it was still, once the outside got rolling, it was tough to make the bottom work and get close to guys to pass guys. But this will be the trend of this year, anyway. I mean, it's great to have the people come out in droves to support an event, and just got to stick with it. You got to keep coming back. So inaugural events are always good sellouts. Fans are awesome. We've met a lot of them around the area racing over in Front Wreck. We bought tickets and gave those tickets away for 50 families to come out here today. So hopefully they enjoyed a good race. Was hoping we could win.
I'd like to see more fall off with the Goodyear tire. That, I think, to me, always provides better short track racing, and the tires ended up more durable than we had thought. And so that's good news. I mean, the racing today was awesome. We picked up a stage win in stage 2, and then we're able to charge all the way back up. Billy Scott and my guys, raw speed helps with choosing things to find points. And so I'm really happy with our Toyota today, and thanks to Monster Energy. I mean, I really wanted to push Kyle on the initial start, and then to have 2 laps on him, and Logano got it on the start, so that didn't go as planned.
In terms of the racing, just thoughts on the prospect of having back here now?
It's 2 thumbs up. It was great racing. You guys saw it.
So even as a Cubs fan, you'd be cool coming back to St. Louis?
Yeah, I'm wearing my Cubs hat next year.
I'm with you, man.
I should have came in strong. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I thought the racing was okay. I was happy it widened out, so that was a good surprise. So that was good. I thought the racing was pretty decent. I passed more cars than I would have liked to today. The track I thought did a good job and made for a pretty exciting finish. So I'm sure we can learn stuff if we come back here next year and make the track even maybe a little bit better. But I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not sure. I felt like they fell off decent. I would have liked to have seen more, though. I don't know what the lap times were, like beginning to end of run, but I would have liked to see a little bit more fall off. Hopefully next year they do.
What happened on your speed?
Yeah, it was pretty fun racing to kind of search around, but yeah, our car was really fast. They did a good job executing on their road last night.
Now, with that, I want to pass this all on to you. From you guys who were either at the track or watched on TV, what do you think? Do you think Gateway has earned a spot on the Cup schedule? Did you like the race? Did you not? What were your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like in this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. Thank you to all of my channel members for your continued support. This weekend wouldn't have happened without you. And until next time, have a good one.